Hi guys, it's been a while since I put out my first video. I started recording one, that I never even got the file onto my computer. And then I actually recorded one, a little while ago, and that I never got around to editing it, and now I feel like it's been too long for me to put that up because it was very time specific and time referencing, and yeah, college is weird. It's different than what I'm used to. It's difficult to say. I think if certain things weren't how they are, I would be absolutely loving this right now. I really would. Honestly, main thing, if I hadn't met Tyler this summer, I would be loving this right now, and this would just be the best thing for me. But life changes everything. You know, life changes. Shit happens. And so now I'm sitting here 1,000 miles away, kind of, I wouldn't say depressed, because I'm not really depressed. And I'm definitely not, like, clinically depressed or anything, you know? But makes you sad, you know? When you're that far away. And I don't get to see him. Well, I get to see him. We have Skype and we do the web video chat thing, and that helps a lot, I think. But it's not the same as being in person. It just isn't. You can't hug somebody over a video chat, you know? It's not the same. Okay. I'm gonna move on to a different subject so I don't sit here and start tearing up on you guys. What else is going on in my life right now? I'm taking a bunch of classes. Duh, this is college. What classes am I taking? I'm taking an honors microeconomics, principles of microeconomics course, which is really, really cool. I like it a lot because not only is the stuff that he's teaching us applied to economics, but the way I see it, a lot of the stuff that he's teaching us can actually be applied to real life and real life situations, not just to do with economics, with money, which is what you think of when you think economics, which isn't really the case all the time. But I think a lot of the stuff that I'm learning in that class I can apply to just, you know, my everyday life. And that's really, really cool and really useful. Especially for a class that's not even in my major. And then I'm taking my computer science class, which consists of two parts. A lecture part, which is basically where they all sit in this huge auditorium and they put the notes up as like a PowerPoint slide, and the guy reads from the notes and maybe sometimes shows us examples. Nothing against that course and nothing against that guy, but he's got a really, really boring voice, so it's sometimes a little bit difficult to stay focused, but I'm doing my best, and I really think I need to. And the second part of that course is the lab part, which is basically where we actually go in, we sit down on the computers, and we type up the code and do what we're supposed to do with it. And that's actually a Java course, and so for any of you people that know Java out there, I'm learning it, yay! And somehow I'm doing really good at that part. The actual typing up the code and stuff. Awesome for me. And then I'm taking Calculus 1, which is required for my major to take calculus. And it's interesting. My professor has English is not his first language, and I think when he learned English, it was British English rather than American English. So even when you get past his original accent, under that he has like the British accent, which was really interesting for me to notice, but sometimes it's a little difficult to understand what he's saying. But he writes things up on the board. He's pretty good at that. That's the class I have at 3:30 today. Go me. And then I have reading French class, which is really interesting because I took it because I was really late signing up for like class registration and stuff because I was the last orientation group, and I really needed to get enough credits this semester, and a lot of the classes that I needed like for my major and stuff were completely full, and so I decided, well, I need the credits, so I'm going to go look for French classes. I took 3 years of French in high school. I'm pretty good with French. Not fluent, but I'm pretty good with French, especially the basics. So I took this class, and then the day before the first day I had this class, I looked it up on the website, and it says that this class is for graduate students. So I go in, and I'm kind of like scared because I'm like, is this going to be really hard? This is supposed to be for graduate students? Apparently it's supposed to be for graduate English students. Which means the only thing that's French is what we're reading. We're translating it into English and talking about it in English. So, this class is not difficult at all. I'm so happy I decided to take it. It's not hard at all. The past few weeks, I've had this class for almost 2 weeks now. The entire time has been nothing but review for me from what I learned in high school. So, awesome. And then I'm taking a music appreciation class, which again, I need credits. That's alright. Interesting. And then, since I'm in the honors college, I'm required to take a class called Honors Freshman Exploration, which is basically, they sit there and have us learn about the college, basically. I don't know. I've only had the class once, because the first week it was canceled, and I only have it once a week. So it's kind of, I don't even know what's going on in there yet. But they made me announce my name and where I was from. Yeah, to like 125 plus people. And that was kind of annoying. Especially when I had people coming up to me after class and going, "Wow, you're from Pennsylvania?" Yeah, and but I don't know. That kid was nice though. His hair was kind of greasy, but yeah, this is college. I understand. My hair's probably greasy right now because I need to shower. But yeah, I've basically been going to class. What else have I been doing? I haven't been socializing. I'm really antisocial. That's not a good thing, but it happens. I've been eating. There's some really kick-ass restaurants that are on my meal plan, and that's a good thing, because otherwise I would probably starve, and that would be very bad. On the first week of class that I was here, I got sick. Mostly, I think it was some food that I left sitting out and then ate, and that was a very bad idea. But also I think it was just, you know, I was in a new place, and I'm not used to being in a place with so many people in such a small area. I've actually physically gotten sick from things like that before. I remember one time I visited New York City, and you know, anybody that knows anything about New York City knows so many people, such a small area, and I actually physically got sick then too. So I think that was part of it, and then of course the food thing, and then also sickness that I had a couple weeks before I came down here. I got again, and that wasn't fun. So the first week basically was I went to class, I slept, I drank water. I went to class, I slept, I drank water. And it wasn't a good thing. That wasn't necessarily the healthiest thing for me to do, but I'm good now, I'm on track, I'm eating right, as right as a college student can eat, I think. Especially a broke one that has to rely on a meal plan the whole time. Yeah, well, but I've tried to start writing more like I did when I was in high school. Because I used to write back when I was in high school. I would write pretty much every single weekday. Because I would have time for it throughout the day, because I would be, you know, awake. I would have to be awake. I'd be in school. And, you know, the way classes went for me like that, like I'd be able to listen and still do my own thing, or, so a lot of the time, I would actually have a bunch of free space, free time in my day, so I would sit there and I would write. It would be like a journal type thing, and I noticed over the summer, I didn't do that at all, because I'm really, really bad at disciplining myself to do something, so, I want to start, get that going again. I did for a little while, and then it kind of faded out over the last week, but I'm going to try and get that going. I'm doing this thing where I'm making to-do lists for myself every day, and hopefully that's going to help me. Basically, I need to get myself organized. I need to, you know, figure out what it is that I'm doing here, basically. I think I'm probably about to run over time though, so I will see you guys later, and hopefully we'll have a new video not as late as this one was.